7, I think we're on episode 7 now.
How are we on episode 7 already?
Yeah, it's been going fast. We have Mr.
That's
R today.
crazy, dude.
It's actually crazy. Mr. R, one of the most talented, well-decorated esports people in probably the EU, I'd say, probably.
Yeah.
I'd give it to Gluto right now.
Right. Gluto's fair. I mean, what about for Smash 4, though? Smash 4, that'll probably be you, right?
Yeah, no, I was the best European Brawl and Smash 4 player.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Damn right you were. Let's
Yeah.
I mean, we got an early episode today, but it's for good reason. You know, you got the EU time schedule. We gotta address like the first moment of what happened, because when we were supposed to do this podcast, which was last week, there was like, I think, the worst communication ever from me and King. And we completely forgot that like the time zone existed, because I was like, oh yeah, Mr.R. And it just didn't even click that I was like, oh yeah, he's from EU. And we realized that day, like King and I get set up, we're like, oh yeah, we're ready to go, podcast time, and then we're like, oh crap, wait.
And I
like
I got the himbo hat on, so everything I say, like any mistake I made, excuse, because I worded it like I was like I said like within the week, like who says that? I was like the most weird thing to say ever. I read it back, I was like, yo, am I trolling? What was that?
Yeah. A lot of people actually forget I live in Europe sometimes. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've lived in the US for quite a while. Like, I don't know. I've collectively lived there for like 3 to 4 years. And then people are sometimes like, oh, do you still live in Cali? And I'm like, no, I've been in the Netherlands for like 2 years. So it happens a lot. I can't believe you guys.
I think a big part about that, like just with the whole Smash thing, like even this comes up with the whole like ranking systems and whatnot, that like kind of the West forgets that the rest of the world exists. Like it's true. Like we oftentimes like forget how many good players are in EU, and also even like Japan. Like I don't know if you guys remember when like kind of the global rankings were coming out for Smash, and like the Japanese players were like taking like every spot, and people were like, this is madness, Japan's not that good. We're like, yeah, they're really good, we just don't pay attention to them.
We don't watch the tournaments, bro. They're on at like 3 a.m.
So I think that's definitely a part of it, you know. Like, and that's another thing, like compared to other esports that have maybe like a league aspect, kind of like a global aspect, Smash being like an individual sort of game. Like you're really intrinsically connected with like the small communities that you're a part of at like locals and monthlies and stuff like that, so people kind of forget that there's a whole world beyond them, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people don't realize how many communities there are like in the world. There's just so many different communities in regions. There's like Middle East, like South and Central America, like even Asia besides Japan, like Korea has like a scene. There's just so many, like in Europe as well, like so many random countries. People don't really like think about it, but there's a lot of very strong players that have never gotten like the right amount of exposure. So nobody knows about them, but they're actually like secret gods, but they just haven't traveled to the US yet. So yeah, especially Japan. Like when people were getting upset at the FGR, I was just thinking to myself, there's so many Japanese players that are just amazing and haven't even traveled to the US yet. There's like, just from the top of my head, like Dio, who's like considered the best snake in Japan, but he gets overshadowed by Shogun, because Shogun traveled to the US once and had that amazing set versus Sam Sora. Japan, you ask people like, who's the best snake in Japan? Everybody's gonna say Dio. But then if you ask anybody on Twitter, like, hey, do you guys know who Dio is? Nobody knows who Dio is.
I don't know who Dio is. I think of JoJo's, and I'm like, yo, what?
I'm trying to avoid someone asking me who I know Dio is, so I'm sitting over here. I'm like, yeah, totally, I know that guy for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't get the right amount of exposure, like you can be really good and nobody can still know you.
Those are the guys you gotta watch out for, though, in bracket.
Oh yeah.
Like honestly, 100%. Like those names who are like kind of creeping in there, or like you don't know them, and then they're just murking people. Like I'm more afraid of those people than I am of like big names, because I know big names, I'm like, oh, if I lose this guy, like whatever. But also like all the pressure's on him realistically. But like you get some like kind of hidden boss sort of guy, and then I have to go compete against that person. Like, no, I don't want to deal with that.
Scary. And they usually get underseeded too, so you can play them early.
Always. Always. Yeah.
Every
like round 3 and you're already playing some beast. Yeah.
And you go to your friends after, you're like, hey guys, I lost so and so. They're like, who's Who'd you lose to?
What is even bad on you? You know?
Yeah, it's happened to me before.
It's brutal.
It's like the worst.
So you have been around since Brawl, right? Did you compete in Melee at all, or you were around since Brawl?
I played Melee like casually from a very young age. I mean, I played Smash 64 as well, casually. And then the Dutch Melee scene is actually pretty big, and we have a lot of really good players, like Amsa, for example. Not the Yoshi player.
That one's the link, right? Or is he the Sheik? Sorry, he's the Sheik. He's the Sheik.
You got it.
Yeah. I know my man.
Okay.
Give me a second. Yeah.
And like Zagetto, Raymond, there's a bunch of really good players. So we have a decent melee scene, and I've gone to a bunch of melee locals just to support the scene, and also because it's just a good time. I'm friends with a lot of those people. I don't really compete in melee because I suck at it.
It's hard.
It's really so hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been practicing melee though ever since Slippy came out. I've been practicing it like once or twice a week. And it's fun. It's just I wish tap jump off was a thing in that game.
Bro.
Okay, wait, whoa.
Default controls, baby.
Hey, Nux? Bro, I've used tap jump since the start.
Yes, sir.
Everyone looks at me and they and I'm like, yo, listen.
Well, that's the thing.
I never missed a jump. I never not recovered, okay?
Yeah.
I panic off stage and I will die with Y every single time. I can't do it.
I started playing at Melee. Like that was my first game when I grew up. Like I started with Melee, and I didn't even know X and Y were used to jump until like 3 or 4 months in the game or something, when my buddy came over and he asked how to play the game, and my brother told him use X and Y to jump. I was like, I've never touched either of those buttons before. Like I've only used, because it just feels right to me. Like you flick, your character jumps. Like it makes sense in my head.
Wait, hold on. You don't use X or Y to jump. You only use your control stick?
Literally never.
What?
And I also, with this one triggers some people more than tap jump. I don't use the C stick at all.
Wait, okay, no, that's now you're out of my division. You're into some other shit.
I don't
use half the buttons of your control.
No. I don't use jump for X and Y, and I don't use the C stick. The only exception is if I play Snake in friendlies, I will put tilt stick on. Otherwise, I don't change it for K Rool. I don't change it for any.
What about Snake in tournament though?
Let me tell you, I played Snake in one tournament set because there's this guy in my region. He knows who he is. He's a sweetheart, gentle giant, and he plays Roy. And him and I play the exact same way. We both have insane advantage states. We both very read-based players, but we have probably the worst disadvantage states of any person in the world. We just mash the same options. We're horrible.
Because you don't use your controller.
Exactly. So that's probably the reason why. But whenever we play each other, we just absolutely take turns shitting on each other. And then it's always 2-1 or 3-2. It always goes the last game. And I told him, because I was just getting pissed off of losing to this guy because my results were better than him overall. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pick up a new zoner every single week and just deal with him that way. Because if he can't learn how to play against my character, then sorry, So literally one set, I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna go Snake game 1, and then I 3-stocked him. It was brutal. But then I ran the Snake game back, and I realized that I don't know how to recover a Snake, so I just kept going high and letting him F smash me. Then game 3, I went Samus, and then destroyed him with Samus. I just kept flip flopping zoners on him. So I played one Snake set, 1-1 in games, but we take the dub. So that's all that matters.
I mean, you're kind of memeing, but that sounds like a viable strategy.
It really is. I was actually the next week, dude. I literally came back and I was like, him and I have to play pretty much every single week. I was like, I might pick up Mega Man for next week. I might pick up Link the week after, and only for him though, because people don't know. For new players who don't know my cheese strats, then that's free. And better players, I have to go with the character I'm better with. But this guy specifically, I'm like, listen, he doesn't know how to deal with me playing a new character every week. I might as well just do it. Yeah. And from
what I've seen, I don't know if you guys have looked at Spargle's results recently, but he's been going
he goes anything, bro.
Anything. I feel
he's a fiend.
I feel like I've overestimated how hard it is to pick up new characters in this game, because everybody, some people just seem to do it so easily. I think this game is more about having experience against the cast rather than play time with a certain character. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
More so than any other game, because this game has so many viable characters.
It's so true.
I remember this tournament in Netherlands. It was big European major, Syndicate, and I had to play against a Mii gunner named Leon.
Gross.
And I don't want to credit him, because he's actually really good. He's really good. I played against him afterwards in friendlies as well on my stream, and he's really good. But it was genuinely the first time I ever played against a Mii gunner, a good one. And I just got bodied.
It's not fun. It's not fun.
No. Yeah, and I feel like that applies to so many characters in this game. If you don't know the matchup, you're just gonna
get trolled.
Dude, listen, I think I have the worst Mii gunner horror story, because I literally same thing happened to me. I'd never played a Mii gunner in this game or even in the last game, because most tournaments in Smash 4 had the banned except for 1-1-1-1, and the only one that I actually played against one brawler who did that stupid down throw up B thing that killed 10. So I literally, there was no other Mii fighter that I ever had to play against, because just nobody liked the Miis. And so I come into this game and I competed at CSL, which was a monthly, and I made a few upsets. I got pretty far, and then I played a PR player in Ontario who plays me Gunner and Rob. And so he went Gunner he went Sword Fighter game 1. I beat his Sword Fighter, then he switches to Gunner, and he literally he just ledge trapped me. It became a meme in my region. He ledge trapped me for 3 straight minutes. 3 straight minutes. He would hit a bomb. It would go slightly below ledge. I would recover straight into it, and then just rinse and repeat for 3 minutes. And I finished that set, and I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
How did I go from winning the set to just losing to literally one move, just recovering into it over and over again? It was brutal. It's not a fun set.
Yeah, I feel like what I said applies even more so to the me characters because they have different movesets. There's 3 of them, and they all have different movesets.
Whack.
Yeah, it's like
it's
if you
so
haven't,
stupid.
You haven't practiced against one, and nobody fucking plays me.
Yeah, no one self-respecting person plays me's. No one.
That was bro. King woke up today and chose violence.
I'm just saying,
he wanted everyone to know, dude.
I'm just saying, dude.
All you little shits out there who made the me's, bro. You really laid in. Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
That was personal too. That wasn't even oh, I think Schultz is a stupid character. That was anyone who makes the me's specifically. Oh man, no, but it's valid though. Kind of right. They deserve it.
I love Fire the Pyro though. He's the homie. Just put that out there.
All the me mains I know are really nice people.
Oh yeah.
But I hate their characters so much, dude.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. You can see there's fucking Cloud, Sephiroth, Chrom in the game.
That's why
choosing to play a me fighter.
That's what I don't get.
I don't get it.
There's 80 characters in the game, and they all have such personality.
You pick the human guy with no backstory. I used to craft your own backstory, but it's as you said, you literally have the coolest guy. You pick fucking Aquaman. The whole there's everything there. There's literal gods, and you pick the guy who's just a dude.
Just the guy. Just the guy. He's just a man, I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Yeah, well, okay. To be fair, some people only play certain characters for the amount of fun they're having with that character, so they don't really care about the background,
Yeah.
Even I'm like that to an extent. I main Chrom, but I've never played Chrom's game,
Yeah.
Forgot which Fire Emblem it is. So I guess me mains are just an extreme version of that. That's the only thing I can think of to give him some credit.
But I feel, you know what? That's true though, because I don't feel like there's a single person on Earth whose favorite game is Wii Sports. We all love it, but also no one's oh, dude, if I was on a desert island and I had one game, I'm going Wii Sports, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that was a banger game though. Did you guys ever play Resort 2?
That game slapped.
That game, those games were really fun. I listen, when they put the Mii's in Mario Kart 2, I was it's kind of dumb, but whatever. They kind of fit any way to put them in, but even Nintendo Land was fun, and those used the meme.
Oh, I love Nintendo Land. That
game's really fun. Okay, wait, which is your favorite mini game though in Nintendo Land?
I love the one where one of them is a ghost, one of your friends is a ghost, and I've only played it a few times, so I only vaguely remember this, but yeah, the one where one of your friends is a ghost and you have to kind of haunt your friends, basically. That one was fun.
I think the Mario one with the toads is really fun too. That one's an iconic one where you have to tackle people.
Yes,
you're in the mud place or whatever, and one guy's Mario, and you're just all tackling him. That was fun. I get why people like the Mii's, but in other games it doesn't make sense to me. But main series Mii games are actually really good. As far as original console releases, I think Wii Sports is definitely up there as one of the best ones to come out. I'm a big fan of it.
No, it's same. I mean, I love any type of game that makes you exercise. I have Ring Fit Pro right now.
How is that? People say it's good. I'm not buying into it totally, but I haven't played it, so I can't really judge it too much.
I mean, it doesn't beat going to the gym. Or anything,
okay, that's facts. Okay, good. If you were about to say that, I was
no,
don't do it. Yeah.
But right now, the Netherlands is in a lockdown, so there's no gyms for I don't know. We've been in a lockdown for God knows how many months it is now. It's probably 7 to 8 months or something. Really, really bad. So I don't have a choice, man. I'm just fucking turning on my Switch, grabbing the I forgot what it's called, the thing.
The thing.
Yeah, the ring.
Yeah, and I just play for an hour, and it's actually pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. I have it too. Yeah, they even say on the thing it's not to lose weight. To lose weight, it's not to build muscle. It just helps you maintain a healthy state, kind of. It's if you eat well and play the game, you're not gonna become big buff or anything. You're not gonna have like massive quads, but you'll have like a moderately slim build. You know, like depending on your workout too. You can kind of choose what you want.
Do you, like,
it tells you actually when you play. It tells you how many calories you're burning.
What's like an average you would say of like an hour?
An hour?
An hour probably like say 300 to 400 if you're really like if you put the
that's actually like
yeah.
really good.
If you put the difficulty high, you can really
like
burn
an hour of like cycling is like 650, 700. Because that's actually like really good if you're getting 400 for an hour of video.
It's quite intense actually because you have to like jog in place.
Yeah.
So what you do is like if you play adventure mode, you just jog in place basically, and then you come across enemies, and then once you come across an enemy, you have to do like certain exercises to beat them. So it makes you like do 10 push-ups to take off like HP points off your enemy. And then you have
wait, time out. You're playing an RPG or something like
it's like actually fun.
And it's like to beat this guy, you just have to do one mean bicep curl. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's like actually like fun.
That's what it is. Yeah. So it's actually pretty fun. I like the game. I'd say it's one of my better purchases in like the last year or so, because especially now, you know, during lockdown, I have weights in my room and I use my weights as well. But sometimes I just want to fucking play a video game and kind of exercise at the same time, so it's perfect.
That's valid. I mean, the gym situation for a lot of people sucks. I know, like even for me, like I'm very blessed because like right now the gyms where I'm at, they open back up with like limited capacities, so I'm still able to go. Like I had a workout today, it was awesome, but like 2 weeks ago they were shut down for like a good 3 months, right? So like I get the situations. It's not fun.
Not great.
It's rough, man. It's rough. I have a gym like literally 3 minutes from my house. It's like pretty much across my house. It's perfect. Like I was working out. I had the best lifestyle in like the last year or so before Corona. I should say 2 years. It's already been a year that we're in quarantine. But I was literally the healthiest I've ever been in my life at that point. I was just going to the gym every day, like 5 times a week, sometimes 6, because it's literally across my house. And then, you know, the virus hit, and it was just terrible timing. But especially for me, I'm so blessed to have like a gym like 3 minutes away from me. It's like a lot of people use that as an excuse to not go to the gym. Like, oh, it's like so far away. But I didn't have that excuse. But even besides that, I've been working out a lot in the last 2 years, even during quarantine. And it's been good. Like I've noticeably been having more energy, you know, eating healthier. And I think this is something a lot of people don't talk about, but I feel like if you have a healthier lifestyle, it'll also show in your results. Like if you go to a fucking tournament,
my man, let him know.
Spitting.
No, that's fine. Yeah. If you go to a tournament, especially like American majors that are like huge, I've been in a fucking venue for like 14 hours, like many times, and then you're in bracket for like 9 hours, and you just have to like. The more stamina you can have, the better, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you're right, because like I'm not gonna say there's like a correlation, but in the same, I was a 1-2 in Smash 4, and then a 2-2 at the start of Ultimate up until the summer, and then May I lost 70 pounds over the next 6 months. I used to be like really fat. I was fellas in chat. If you didn't know, I was a chunk.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like I'm fit as hell right now. Like I go to the gym 6 times a week. I do cardio like 4 times a week. Like I'm fit. I'm really fit. But like back then no, I was really overweight, and then I started losing a ton of weight. And in the same summer I did all that, I went from being a 2-2er to it's like a 6-2er and sub PR. So like I'm not gonna say it's related, but also like I think there's something there for sure. Like your mental improves
100%.
Like obviously the physical button inputs won't get better. Like that's just something you need to know. But like mentally, like I think it's actually you're absolutely right. Like stamina is the best word for that. Like being able to kind of like continue, and like going to the gym helps a lot with that for a lot of people, you know.
Also like a mental bounce back too, like because there's a lot of times where like I mean just for what I do too with all this content stuff, there's days where like if I'm not working out or like eating healthy and I'm sitting in my chair all day, I feel even more like crap because I'm like I didn't take care of myself. And then when you're losing a game and like if you go to tournament Smash, you lose, you're like I feel like shit. And there's no way to get that shit feeling away now. Like I can't go work out or go for a run if that's not like part of your lifestyle. You're gonna go home, you're gonna go watch the setback, and you can see how bad you played and be like, dang. Now you're just gonna sit there and fester. You know, it's not gonna get better. Then you're gonna order some food, some comfort food. It's like a bad cycle.
It's a vicious cycle.
You
lose the game, you watch the set, you get sad because your fundies are trash, and then you order the XL pizza and down it by yourself. That's it's
a combo.
It's a cycle.
True combo.
It's a vicious cycle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
There really is.
No, I'm the same. If there's a day passes where I feel like I haven't improved at something, where I haven't worked out, or I haven't gotten any work done, you know what I mean? I just feel terrible. Like, it's so bad. Like, I have to lift or do something, or like go for a run.
And like that's been like especially true in COVID, you know what I mean? Because like there's days where like we really can't do anything.
No.
Like there's some days where like it's impossible. Like for me, like there've been days where like I don't necessarily have content because it's already made or like pre-made, and then like there would be no gyms at a certain period. I'm not in I'm in school, but it's online classes, so I'm not going anywhere. So like some days where you're just doing nothing. Yeah. And like you're still doing something, but it's like you can't like force yourself to like do something, you know?
That's why I got like that little whiteboard behind me. I mentioned it before because like I write down what I do that day, even if it's like the simplest thing, like wake up, eat, shower, like do homework, study, whatever. Like, and then I have track of it. So when I look back and go, oh, I didn't improve, or I didn't make content today, or I didn't do something interesting today, I can still be like, okay, well, I did like basic things, like I fed myself and like got out of bed, and, like did enough that I have something, you know. So yeah, I'm not like oh, I did nothing today because maybe I played games all day. Like I did something that day, so it's not like you feel like crap when you look back, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. It definitely mentally helps, like knowing you've gotten some things done, even if it's like very minor stuff.
Yeah, we take those dubs. Any dub you can get, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. No, bro, I like hypothesize that you use that whiteboard just to do like complex physics equations in your spare time, but you're just too afraid to tell anyone like how smart you actually are.
I'm not even trolling.
Shut up! I was kidding.
No. Like,
don't pretend like you're all smart all of a sudden.
No, I wasn't smart. No, I wasn't doing physics.
I thought you were so humble. Never mind. Change my mind.
Listen, I did like this dumbass equation on there, like as a joke for like, cause I didn't have like a notepad to do like accounting stuff, right? So there's actually literally just a giant accounting thing up there that I wrote there because I didn't know where to write it because I had no paper either. So I was like, I guess I gotta do it here. So why
do you not on paper but you own the whiteboard? Oh, actually no, that's a stupid question. That's a stupid question. That answered itself.
I just have it there. So if you were coming over, you're like, wow, he's so smart. But honestly, it's like the easiest equation ever.
No, I bet you do. Yeah, no, you do that for everyone. Like you have a girl over or something.
Yeah, like just flex. Like, hey,
equations on the board. Hey, baby.
You want to do mortgage? You want to do mortgage? I got you.
You might as well, man. You might as well.
So
any flex you can get.
Any flex,
bro.
Oh
my god. Actually, Heike, let me tell you my like biggest like room flex. This is the funniest thing with right now my room's like basic as hell. Okay. I'm in like a small house next to like my university campus. It's like it's just a room. It's just a shelf. Like it's really nothing special. But in first year I was in residence, okay? And essentially I had a double room. How it worked is there was a double room, so me and my roommate, and then there was another double room right next to us. There was a shared washroom. And then there was a storage room. And the storage room, literally, you could do whatever you wanted with it. It was probably the same size about, like, the room I'm in right now. So just, like, an average size room, okay? They didn't care what you did with the storage room. So I was like, all right, I'm about to get real fancy with it. What I did is I moved the desk that came with the room into the storage room. Then I put, like, soundproofing equipment in the room, like YouTube stuff, all that. Made my gaming setup in there. LED lights everywhere. 2 beanbag chairs, 2 DX racers. Ooh. I had, like, a full gaming setup.
Okay.
On my first year floor, like, 2 months into the school year. And people would, like, walk by the room and just be enthralled by, like, these, like, glowing lights in the corner. And I'd be like, my DX racer, like, yeah, what's up? How you doing? Like people would come in because it's like uni, right? Like everyone's just on the floors. Like random people are just always walking and they just want to see. And they're like, oh, what's going on in here? And I'm like, what's up?
Nothing.
No big deal. You guys want to stay, pop some brews, and play some games, you know? Life of the party, you know?
Yeah, I feel like you got to be creative when you have little rooms to work with.
Yeah.
And especially now, like gaming's getting bigger, like every fucking year. So nowadays, gamers are cool, but back in my day when I was a kid,
gamers are chatty.
Yeah. Well, bro, listen, like I got made fun of in high school for playing pro level Call of Duty, which was crazy. Like people like obviously like, you know, it wasn't like bullying, but people were like, oh, what a loser, he plays COD. Like some people were like that. And I fucking loved it. So I didn't give a shit about it, right?
Yeah.
But like now, like I tell people that and they're like, are you fucking serious? Like, The funny thing, dude, I won. There was a Smash Bros tournament hosted by our university, and I won it. And the winner of it, because it's technically an intramural sport, okay? They qualified as a sport, and if you win an intramural sport, you get this T-shirt that says you won an intramural, and they're a big deal on campus. So if you win the intramural, you get this purple shirt, and you wear it, and people know, and people ask you about your intramural. And I can't wait for Corona to end. I go back to class, and I'm like, wearing this purple shirt, and then everyone's like, what intramural did you win? And I'm like, Smash Bros. Like I can't wait for that conversation to happen. Smash, sick as fuck. You know.
Yeah, nowadays it's like so cool. Like it's also very, very different depending on where you are. Like if I'm in Japan, right, and somebody asks me like what I'm doing, and I tell them I'm a pro gamer, they're always like, "Oh, sugoi, amazing! You're a pro gamer!" Like very impressed, right?
Yeah.
But in the Netherlands, and I feel like in most European countries, people correlate pro gaming with just being lazy and playing games all day.
Yeah.
And like, oh, you didn't study, you didn't go to school, you don't have a degree. Like, ew, that's bad. You're a lazy bum. But yeah, in Japan it's completely different. In America it's also very different. But the world is catching up. I will say that.
I think a lot of it, in part, is like due to the money. Like what I'm saying. Like
Ninja really flipped it, dude.
Like it's for real. No, you're absolutely right. Like even this year for Toronto, there's an esports stadium being built downtown. Like fully functional, probably about half the size of Rogers Center, which seats 50,000 people. That's so it's awesome. Like it's going to be a 20,000 person stadium, which is as much as like the Air Canada Center seats, right? So it's like massive. Yeah. They're building it downtown, and now people are like, "Wait, holy shit!" There's like a lot of money in this. Yeah. But like even 5 years ago, it was still big, but like nobody really understood how big it was. And then now you got stadiums popping up, and people are like, "Okay, we kind of have to take it seriously now." If there's a stadium park outside my house,
Yeah,
definitely.
No, that's a good point. Like the moment I tell people I make money off it, their reaction is completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say. You're like pro gamer. They're like nerd, and then you're like, you want to know how much I make a year? Yeah, the shit changes a little. Yeah.
It's just a shame that Smash isn't the best game to be a pro gamer.
Yeah, if you want to be rolling in the Benjamin, Smash is probably not the option to pick. But I mean, like you've played and competed in other games, right? Or like at high levels?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Overwatch is one of them, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I've competed. I've never actually entered tournaments.
Okay. Right.
I've done just competitive, in like a ladder, pretty much rankings, so like solo queue and stuff. I played a lot of Overwatch. It's probably my second most played game ever, besides like Smash franchise. And I'm playing Valorant now, kind of on and off because it's very, very time consuming.
Okay.
I'm trying to juggle so many games right now. Like I've been playing fucking Ultimate. I'm playing PM on the side, like once a week.
That's a great game.
I love PM. I love PM. I'm trying to play Melee like at least once a week. Playing Valorant. Still keep up with Overwatch every now and then. When Guilty Gear Strive comes out, I'm gonna play that game. So just a lot of games to
I like how that's the quarantine problem. Like, I got too many games to play.
Literally, yeah.
Like, I won't even lie. Gamers have been thriving during this time. So like, generally speaking, like our communities have only gotten better. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to think about. Like, most people are just like, "Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm so like, I miss everything." And I'm like, "Bro, I just got my Switch."
Yeah, I'm chilling. Like, I'm gaming.
I'm doing fine. Also, okay, who do you main in Overwatch? Like, who's your like role?
Okay, I play support. Like my highest MMR would be support. I play mostly Ana, but you know how Overwatch is. Like some seasons your main is just trash, and some seasons your main is like godlike. So
that's why I stopped playing the game. Like I couldn't like the balance. I really like Blizzard's games a lot. Like I've mentioned it a few times. Like I'm really good at Hearthstone. And like I like World of Warcraft and like all that. Like it's cool. What Blizzard does, it's super cool. But like that game's balance is piss. Like after Goats, like I played a lot of Overwatch. God. No, listen. I actually let people hate this. I like the Goats meta just because
I like the Goats meta too.
Yeah, oh my god, I like it. Meta, and they were just like, it's not fun to watch, and I was like, that's bullshit. It was fun to watch. I don't care what anyone says. I enjoyed it. It was super fun watching good Zaryas play, and I like that meta. And then when they implemented, like, they gutted Brigitte.
That ruined me, bro.
They implemented Rollock, and then they changed it where after Rollock, it was like, oh, and now we're just going to have random hero bans weeklies. And I'm like, dude, that's so lame. Like, just balance your game instead of gutting everything.
I agree.
Yeah. So I stopped playing around then.
It was so, like, the whole meta dependent on which fucking hero got nerfed this month. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it sucks.
It's just I hate that aspect of Overwatch. But other than that, I really like the game. I still do, even though I don't play it as much. It's just fun, man. It was just like I love shooters, but it was such a dynamic, like ability heavy shooter, which a lot of people hate. But I fucking love the fact that you can pick Genji and just dash around the map and get your reset.
There's a lot of cool characters.
Yeah, like the mobility aspect, I fucking love in Overwatch.
Mhm.
If you go back, do you think you might have gone pro in like a shooter as opposed to Smash?
I think I could have if I dedicated enough time. Like I
Yeah.
played Overwatch on the side, and like I haven't like overall since the game came out, I haven't played that game like nearly enough as much as I should in order to go pro.
Mm.
But even then, I've already reached a decent enough level. Like I've been Grandmaster for like I guess most of my Overwatch career, and in the last few seasons I played, I was like top 500. So I was pretty proud of that for not
really
dedicating 10 hours of my like day into the game every day. I think I could have done it, but obviously I would have had to dedicate more time of Smash into playing Overwatch. I don't know if I wanted to make that sacrifice. That's just kind of how it is with me in most games. It's like I feel like I could go pro in this game if I dedicate all my time into it.
Mm-hmm.
Not guaranteed to go pro, of course.
Yeah.
There's still a risk of, failing, but it would have to be at the sacrifice of my Smash practice, which I don't want to sacrifice usually because
That's fair.
I love Smash.
once you're good at like one game, you get really good at a lot of games. Like that's something like after I like played such high level COD, like every time I would pick up a new game, I would just get it like right away. Like it's crazy how like different it gets when you just compete in something at such a high level, right? Like you can go from game to game and just hop it and not really have an issue. It's wild.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's because your how do I explain this? Your overall view of the level of competition gets better. So in any game you compete, you know what like the top level looks like. You know what like the mid level looks like. You have a better understanding of what everything looks like, right? So it's easier for you to get to certain levels. And you also feel like people that are good at like a certain game, you have to have like some form of like you need to be smart, kind of smart to level like top level in like a certain game. And that just being smart carries over to other games as well.
I think it's just also smart practice too is like a huge factor. Like because I see homies like I'm trying to make the grind to like Immortal this time in Valorant, and I see dudes come like, hey, you want to play? I'm like, sure. They're like, hey man, I went on A-Labs for 4 hours. We get in game and they just shit the bed, and I'm like yikes, like because I go off like I hop in the game. I've always had good aim and I just play. I don't even like warm up usually unless I'm trying to like actually grind.
Dude, he's just so good. He's just so good.
No, it's just like it's because like
you know what I'm saying? Dude, he's the opposite of humble this stream. Oh my god, he's literally so humble.
It's because like
dude, it's just so hard being this talented.
It's because like when I play, I play in like the practice I know I need, which is like I go in like Ranger, like I just need to like warm up in some other things, like I just need to like get my mental there. But like some people don't know what they need to do, and they just kind of go at the same thing forever. It's like the guys who go in.
Can't all be you, King. All right.
No, but goodness. Like the Smash players who go in training mode, and they go in training mode, and they learn like some me gunner combo, and then they go in the tournament, and they go into, and they're like, dang, that combo almost worked though. And it's like they spend like a whole week learning some combo, and then they go in a tournament. It's just like, but then Knuckles Up goes and he does like the up throw. Up B thing,
Yeah, you know me.
I know Knuckles Up.
I know. It's my shit. Yeah.
Like, how often do you practice that before a tournament?
Literally never.
So you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to like practice for that. You do whatever you need to do. Because you know what you need to do to work. You know what I'm saying?
It's a difference between like practicing and sort of just like understanding as well. Like kind of like when like that up B thing, for example, like I just know the situations it's gonna work in, right? And like that obviously comes with like certain practice, but at a certain point with like things like combos or gun skill or whatever, like you have to learn those things, but once you have it, you shouldn't be like, you need to prioritize, pick and choose what's more important to learn about your aspects of the game, especially with like regardless of the game, like evolving around the meta, like that's a huge thing as well, like kind of like understanding how the game's working with itself and how it's engaging with its players rather than just practicing the way you keep doing it. It's changed so quickly. I
think most people are kind of too obsessed with your own play, and they don't really see the big picture sometimes. So they just go to training mode and practice like a specific thing. And I always tell people, like, people always ask me, like, oh, how do I improve? I play so much every week, but I can't seem to improve. Well, it's not just about playing a lot. I mean, obviously playing a lot helps, but playing efficiently or practicing efficiently and playing a lot, that's the way to go. You can't just like hop on Elite and expect to get better. It doesn't work that way. Figuring out methods of improving, like investing like 1 or 2 hours into just figuring out how to improve faster will be much more beneficial to you than hopping on Elite for 5 hours straight.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta think of these
methods.
It's
a different game.
Yeah. And a lot of people just like brainlessly practice a lot. And I don't want to like put a certain game on the spot, but I see this a lot with Melee, where every game has like their...
Ooh, okay, call him out.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me clarify. I mean, every game has like their bad players and stuff. Even in Ultimate, if you go on Elite, you see like Zelda spamming and rolling all the time. So that's not exclusive to Melee. But in Melee, I do see a lot of people have like ridiculous amount of tech skill, but they're so bad. It's like you can do shit I wouldn't be able to do after practicing for fucking months, but you're not using your brain. And I guess Melee is like the easiest way for me to give an example. Those sorts of players that practice a lot but don't necessarily practice efficiently. So that's not only exclusive to Melee, but it's just an easy example to point out with Melee.
Well, it's a lot too about like what people like, you know what I mean? Because like it's really easy and fun to learn how to do a combo with a character. It's not fun to get your ass worked for 6 hours so you can learn how to play neutral properly. You know what I mean? Like that's just a Smash example, but like even with like COD, for example, like like learning gun skills super fun, but then like learning and understanding the roles and like how to actually communicate with a team is tough. Or learning how to like roll hop or gun hop or like flex, like all these different things are just like it's just because people don't like them. Like even I knew a kid who had like insane gun skill in CSGO. Like the kid really easily could have been a pro player for sure, but his biggest issue was like he just spent all of his time like just having fun by being really good on his guns. Like he was an op player, like that's the sniper, in CS it's Merc, it's so OP, and so he was a really good opper. Like that's a huge important role, but also like he just wouldn't listen to teammates. He didn't really give a crap about IGLs. Like it's a whole other thing too to be good at the game versus actually like engaging properly with. Especially in team esports as well. Like you kind of need that communication aspect as well. You can't just be playing. You have to be like playing with other people. That brings a whole element.
You also got to be like self-disciplined too, because I think a lot of times it's hard to obviously as you grow as a person, and if you choose to do competitive or anything where you need to work on yourself, like there's a lot of times where the better players are people who not only adapt, but they see something they're doing wrong and they can fix it on the fly. And that comes with time, because it's like when you're obviously doing those training combos, you're not actively thinking of things you could be working on. And you'll see like top players in sets, they'll like, that's why they adapt so well, is because they're like, oh, I got 4 dead by Mario, I'm not going to do that again. But like a newer player might be like, dang, I got like 4 dead by Mario 6 times and I just couldn't, like they're not getting what's going wrong and they're panicking rather than like actively thinking to a solution. Like they're trying not to lose, they're not trying to win.
It's hard to notice stuff like that though until somebody points it out. Like that's the thing too, because like when I was like trash at the game, like I would roll like 6 times in a row, like just in the middle of neutral, and be like, wait, why did I get punished for that? Like I'd be like, why is this guy whooping my ass? I'm like, dude, just because you roll behind him every single time he does anything. Like it's little things like that. Like you don't pick up on it until someone else really drills you for it.
Yeah, you definitely got to be more aware of your gameplay when you're playing Smash or any game, really. Yeah. And I feel like most people just play to have fun, even when they're trying to get better, which is fair. Ultimately, we all play to have fun. Like I'm at a point in Valorant right now. Like I'm pretty good in Valorant, but I'm not quite where I want to be. I'm like Immortal right now, but I want to be Radiant. But in order to get the like Radiant level, I know I have to like boot up aim labs or like Kovac every day and actually practice my aim all the time. And I'm like, I could do that, or I could just play Smash and have fun. So I get where they're coming from. I'm also not as dedicated in Valorant, but if you want to be as dedicated as, say, a pro player, or you want to get to that level, you have to make sacrifices like that, where you kind of got to accept, like, oh, this is a better method of improving, but I won't have as much fun. And I feel like most people don't really think like that. They're just all about having fun. And when they can't improve, they're like surprised by why they can't improve. But like it's not just about having fun. It's about being having the dedication as well to back it up, in my opinion.
Right. I hate to like change topics like this so hard, but I just noticed that King was wearing a beanie, and I just wanted to call you out for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to know why. Like, why are we deciding to like downgrade the quality of the podcast? Like, bro, we were doing so good for the first 7 episodes, and this guy's just wearing a beanie, but you're wearing it like no, you're not like, wearing it. It's like behind your head. Like,
let me explain. Let me explain. All right. If I put the beanie over my head, I look like it just looks so weird. Like I look so weird. Like I look. Here, let me
Can
show
I
you
see?
real quick. Yeah.
Can I see?
Do it. Is that it right now? Okay, well
That looks fine,
well,
honestly.
that looks better. What are you
What do you
talking about? On
mean?
the back of your head, you look
I look
ridiculous on the
bald,
back of your head.
dude.
Oh, everyone looks bald with a beanie.
Well, no,
That's
I put the
fucking
beanie like on the head, and it slowly like slides away. Like it just kind of crawls away, and I'm like, yo.
So wait, your solution is to wear it like this?
Yeah.
Like on the back of your head, like that, like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
Just like it just
oh
like
my God.
this
is why our numbers are down, King. Oh my gosh.
We're never gonna
They're tuning out because of the beanie, bro.
We're gonna get like a beanie sponsorship, and you're gonna be wearing it like this, and mine will be like back.
Yeah,
mine will be back like on the back of my head. I'll be like, dang, thanks to our
the
sponsor
spiky
today.
hair is like a part of the arrogant persona. I can't like shield it. You know what I mean?
I honestly thought that this was just your regular, like, normal look.
No,
But it is not.
Well, Mr.R, because normally like we do these podcasts, right? And I only really look at the guests because I'm on Discord. I don't watch the stream, so I see you. And then I just see King's profile pic, and I go, oh, okay, cool. And then I swipe right just to check the stream if it's like everything's a-okay. And I'm like, is he wearing a fucking beanie in the middle of the stream, bro? Oh my God!
Throw it on a little bit, gotta spice it up a little bit,
mix it up. I respect it. I probably it like
honestly,
twice
I can't blame you though. Doing your hair is such a hassle. Like I fucking love waking up and putting on a beanie, even though I look like shit.
Oh.
I don't care. I don't want to do my hair for like 20
dude.
minutes. I hate that shit.
Well, bro, that was the best decision I ever made in my life. Like I used to have long hair.
Yeah.
And now I don't have to do this. I get up and it just looks like this. Like sometimes I'll throw in a little bit of gel just in case if it's like flying everywhere. Like if I have whack bed head, I'll put something in it. But like 90% of the time I just wake up and I go and I look fine. But like, oh my God, with long hair, like anybody with long hair, I feel for them. Because you have to wake up and you gotta comb that shit and you gotta make it look all luscious. You gotta conditioner it. Like it's a whole process.
Yeah, it's annoying. Sounds like you looked a lot different a few years ago. Do you have like a picture?
Oh my God. Yeah, we can drop some. We can drop some.
We can draw the picture. Yeah.
Let me find something. I'll find something on my phone. I will show it on the camera. But yeah, it is not like pleasant. I gotta go way back on Facebook though, because I vowed to like not delete my photos on Facebook because like there's some oldies from like when I'm 7. You know when everyone got Facebook?
Oh yeah.
Like 12, so they weren't 13 yet. So it was like cool to have Facebook, you know. And so when I got Facebook, like I for some reason posted like ridiculous photos of myself like every single day. But the worst part about it is that when your friends like they go on your Facebook and if they comment on something like 10 years later, it'll be like, oh, this guy commented on this, and it'll show up to everyone you're friends with. Yeah. So I've had a few of those run-ins where people just will comment on photos of me from like literally grade 7, and I'm like, oh Lord, I gotta delete it, but it's so funny. I can't delete it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do it.
Okay, now I have to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a cursed picture of me somewhere. I think it's probably gone now. I got rid of it. I don't know if anyone has it from my high school, but like it's the most cursed picture ever from like the weird time when you're all in high school back in like 2000 whatever. And I have a hat to the side and it says swag on it, and it's like to the side, and like I was like 12 or something, and like it's so cringe.
There's no excuses.
It's so cringe. Like
okay, wait.
So bad.
This is just for weight reasons. This is fat Mike.
Let's see.
That's what I used to look like, but I'll get the longer hair photos. I used to be a big boy. That's me at 230, bro. I was a thickie.
Yeah,
let me find that hair.
I can tell. Yeah, I want to see you with hair as well.
Oh, this is a really bad photo. I'm really sunburned on vacation in Mexico. So this is grade 8.
Oh my goodness, dude!
I know. I had a bit of a glow up.
You had a glow up, man.
I know. I had a bit of a glow up.
I genuinely wouldn't be able to tell that's you.
Yeah,
honestly.
No, it's crazy. It's actually.
If you show me that picture, I could not.
I'll send you guys to Facebook. You could scroll down the archives and you'll have yourself a good comedy night. Like, forget about Netflix specials. Just go on Facebook and look at friends from posts from like 2012. You'll have a great night. I promise you guys. But yeah, no, it's thank God. Thank God we whipped myself into shape, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot's changed since, like, high school, middle school. I'm sure for everyone, everyone's gone through, like, those phases and whatnot. And, like, we're all adults now. We grew out of them. We turned out okay. So, it's definitely
That's really impressive, honestly. Like,
stop it. Come on. Don't stroke my ego anymore, bro. It's already dangerously big. Yeah.
I've lost some weight, too. I used to be a little bit chubby a few years ago. But haven't lost like 70 pounds like you have.
Right.
So what did you do? What did you do? Did you just like restrict your calories?
I'll be real, guys. Like, if I'm gonna drop the weight loss secrets.
Okay.
These are these super mystery myths. Okay. All right. Don't eat as much.
It's so hard.
That's groundbreaking,
dude. Like, it actually, like, I tried losing weight when I was fat like 3 or 4 times, and like the 5th time it happened, where I was like, okay, I'm like losing weight, and I actually like. I looked at myself and I was like, you're fat, we're changing it. Like, I was direct about it, but it's so simple, guys. Just literally like walk like 10,000 steps a day minimum. Try to get like 15K if you can. Okay. You don't even need to run. Don't do heavy cardio. Just walk 10K steps a day. And then literally like go online, look up, if you just look up calorie calculator, literally you just input height, weight, and then just like your average like physical activity per week, and it'll tell you roughly how many calories you need to like maintain, lose, or gain weight. And if you just like do a little bit under your maintenance, you will lose weight over a period of time. It's not rocket science. It's just like burn more than you eat. That's literally it. But it is hard. Like it's easier said than done, obviously. It's just about like, honestly, if you can get past like the first 2 weeks, I think anyone can do it. It's hard to stick to something the first 2 weeks when you're like eating a salad and you're like, I hate this, but I'm like, bro, you don't even need to do that. You can just like, you can mix it up. You can have fun with it. You can even have like shitty meals. Like I would have like a pizza once a week, even when I was fat, like losing weight. But like, you just have to supplement it by not like being really bad to yourself for the other 6 days. You can be bad to yourself for that one day if you be bad for the other 6, you know? So that's not like, it's not crazy hard, but like, you know, I understand why it's hard to get your foot in the door.
I think for most people it's hard because they can't cook, so they just eat fast food all the time, and then they're like, "Well, I don't know how to lose weight because I've been eating fast food all my life." But like, if you can, cooking isn't that hard. Like,
really,
you
can just cook bulk.
If you learn how to cook, it's really not that hard.
Easy. Like, you don't have to cook the fancy stuff. Just make some rice, you know, fry some chicken, and you're good. Maybe some broccoli on the side.
A little broccoli on the side, baby.
All you need, bro. It's not
speaking my language right now. Those are words that I understand, baby. The chicken rice broccoli game, bro. Well, I mean, like, okay, I'm on like a hard cut right now, though. Like, I've lost like 20 pounds since like November of just like pure fat and been building more muscle. And so like the funny thing though is like, I'm eating like a madman. I don't really have to do this unless I wanted to, but the last 3 months I've eaten like only turkey, rice, and broccoli for every single meal pretty much. And then like, but like I changed it recently to salmon, rice, and
salmon is good, dude.
Salmon is goated, bro. I have salmon for every meal and I actually love it. But the best part is you can cook it or you can eat it raw. And raw salmon is like a godsend. It's so good.
But only if it's fresh, right?
Yeah. I got like the primo shit in the fridge, bro. No, I'm not eating that like frozen.
I tried the frozen. It's just not. It's not good. It's not good.
It's not the same.
Doesn't
it's
slap.
not the same. Exactly. We got about 10 minutes left, so we gotta ask the go-to question because we always ask on Mr.R.
Yeah.
This is a big boy, okay? And it's you've competed, you've been around for so long, you've played a ton of different games, you know, and any tournament you've been to, regardless of game, regardless of year, regardless of anything, what is the weirdest, strangest, or most uncomfortable interaction you've had at a tournament? And I know you've been around for a while. So
you definitely have one.
He smiled right away, bro. He smiled right away. He knows exactly what it is.
I'm already thinking of like multiple examples.
We got time.
We got 10 minutes. Go off.
I'd say
off, King.
One of the weirdest ones was I think it was CEO 2015 or 16. I forgot which CEO it was.
15.
Going back.
It was during Smash
way back. Okay.
Yeah, it was during Smash 4, and it was Sunday. And a lot of times after Sunday, there's like an after party, like multiple after parties, right?
Okay,
yeah, there's like hotel room after parties. Even sometimes there's like a bar after party. Plenty of things to choose from, right? And so I was at the venue and I was talking to this guy, you know, just a fan, I guess. We were just talking about the game and, you know, Sheik stuff. And pretty pleasant guy, you know, just your typical fan. I didn't think much of it, right? So at some point I was like, all right, well, I gotta go. My friends are waiting for me. So I'll talk to you later. So I leave. I leave the venue and I look behind and this dude's just following me, right? I'm like, oh, maybe you know, maybe he's going to the same hotel as I do. You know, maybe we're in the same hotel. So I just go to the hotel. He's still behind me. We're in the lobby. He's still behind me. I was like, oh, you know what a coincidence. We were both in the same hotel.
Oh, no.
So I go into the elevator, and he actually goes into the same elevator. I'm like, oh wow, well, I didn't think much of it at this point. I was like, maybe he's probably just in the same hotel. And then get out at the floor because I was going to a room party, right? So I get out at like I forgot which floor it was, but I get out at a specific floor, and he actually gets out at that floor as well.
Stop.
And at this point, it's kind of clicking in my mind, like, oh, maybe he's just following me. So it's I'm kind of just like weirded out at this point. I feel like if I was gonna be alone, I'd be more like afraid. But I was going to like a party with like a lot of people, so I wasn't really that scared. And then I go into the party, and he actually like tags along, and he's just at the party with me. And somebody's like asking me, "Yo, is that your friend?" And I was like, "No, I don't know that guy." He just started following me, and the dude just ends up like hanging out at the party the entire time, and he didn't do anything. Like he was just standing in the corner by himself and just like on his phone, not communicating with anybody, right?
Then like just wanted about all them top players. He wanted to say he was there,
Man. Like I was kind of like ignoring him because I was just weirded out. And then the next day he like tags me on Twitter and says, "It was super fun hanging out with Mr.R at the party." And I was just like, "Bro, we didn't even talk like at the party." And I was just weirded out.
Bro, that party was legendary. When I sat in the corner, that was actually crazy, bro, dude. That one moment where I almost said something.
Dude, Flappy was going hard that night, dude. He got a new high score, dude.
Yeah, it was 2015, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was, oh my god.
He's going
Flappy,
crazy.
wow. Oh my god. Yeah, but that's brutal. Oh my god. Like, that's like, you know what's funny? Because most of the other experiences that people have talked about too, they've normally been like, oh, some guy like spiked his controller right next to me. We're like, oh, that's like a classic. You know, yours was like, the guy followed me back.
Followed me home.
Yeah.
Jeez, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I've had people follow me in the venue, but it's whatever, man. It's kind of weird. If people follow me in the venue, but maybe they want like, do you want to talk to me again or something, or do you want another picture? Sure, but if you follow me to like my hotel, to like
that's a different ballgame, bro.
That's so weird.
That's like a call the police situation, bro. Yeah.
I probably have like a lot more. That was one of the more like scarier ones.
Yeah.
But if I really think about it, probably have like more like weird interactions for sure. There's like, these aren't really that scary or anything, just weird. But I've signed somebody's shoe before.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. They were like, "Oh, it's Mr.R. I gotta get him to sign something," and they were like, "I got nothing, so I'll just give him my Jordans." Like he just pulled off his shoe.
Oh, I've signed all kinds of stuff, man, and I've signed somebody's cheek before, like various body parts, shoes, like a lot of things. But when I say various body parts, don't think of like weird things.
I thought of weird things right away.
No. I mean like somebody's knee or like somebody's elbow, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And if I really think about it, there's probably been a lot more weird shit, But just to give you guys an idea of, and I'm not even that popular, honestly. Like I have a decent amount of followers, but I'm not like fucking Leffen or Mango with like bazillion, fans.
Sure.
Like I don't know if you guys have ever been to a tournament with like Mango. That guy literally cannot have any privacy for like longer than 5 seconds.
He's got bitches, man. He walks anywhere and people are swarming him. I went to Gommel the year, like the Gommel that he won. So like the last Gommel, that one, I was like there and like, yeah, he was getting like mobbed for like the entire day. Like even before he won it, like people were all on him.
Yeah. No, it's actually impossible for him to go from point A to point B without like anybody like walking up to him. And he's so nice and like genuine about it too. Yeah. Which I really respect. Like I feel like most people would just like have a limit. But like every major I go to, and I've gone to like so many majors, and usually there's also like a melee side, right? I always see Mango being swamped by people, and he's always like super chill about it and super cool about it.
Yeah.
So
I see Leffen's tall as heck though. Leffen's really, really tall. He's kind of scary.
He's taller than what people think.
Yeah, he's really tall. He's very tall.
Dude, it's those Swedish genes, bro. Straight.
He's got a very scary stature too. Like the way because he dresses very nice. Because he's very like, I'm assuming he's pretty well off, and he's got a pretty good fashion sense. So he pulled up to the venue.
That melee money, dude, baby.
He's got like a pretty good fashion sense. So he was wearing like platform shoes and like a trench coat. And I saw him one time, and I was like, is that Leffen? Like, imagine you.
The Undertaker just shows up at the venue, and you're like, oh no, shit, that's just Leffen, bro. Never
dude,
mind.
If you're in his comments like talking shit, imagine he pulls to the venue. He's like, "Are you talking shit?" Like, cause he's really tall. Like, he's like 6 something.
Yeah,
it's tall, gross.
Yeah. People don't really realize how tall he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not want to mess with him.
That's the funny thing though about like the quarantine, because like any person who's like garnered some sort of following like during quarantine, like nobody knows what they actually look like in person, so that's gonna be new for them. Like, bro, people are finding out more and more that I'm like 5'8". I'm not a tall guy, but for some reason people think I'm like 6'1". I'm like, how do you think I'm fucking 6'1"? That makes no sense to me. Like how I translate on the TikTok screen to look like I'm 6'1". Makes no sense to me, but
Bangle,
yeah. This whole stream you guys have been using like American measurements, and in my head I'm just trying to convert everything.
Oh yeah, you gotta do it to the centimeters. Wait, okay, wait, no, let me do it. We listen, Canada's technically supposed to use centimeters, but like I don't know why.
That's what I'm saying, right?
No, listen. We have the same system as you guys, but for some reason we say pounds more frequently than grams and kilograms. We say feet and inches way more than we do. Yeah. The only one is kilometers. We don't do miles. Like that's literally
that's a double.
We don't do. Yeah, big fat dub. If we're gonna do one right, we gotta do that one. And also Fahrenheit is stupid. I'm sorry. I'm not. You know what? Never mind. I'm not sorry. Fahrenheit is a garbage system, bro. Okay. Have you ever been like, oh, it's like fucking like 40 Fahrenheit? Like, what does that mean? That means nothing. That literally means nothing. Okay, regardless. I'm like, I think that's like 168 centimeters. That's how tall I am. If I had to guess.
I'm about the same. I think I'm like 5'9" or 5'10". So about the same.
Oh no, wait. I'm selling myself short. Wait. I'm off by 3 inches, bro. I gotta get every inch. I'm 176.
Okay. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Above average, right?
Hey, baby. Bro, that keeps hitting me more and more that I'm technically like a short guy by like most people's standards, but like I'm above the average like height. Like that's crazy to me. Like I think the average height for dudes is like 5'6" or 5'7".
Yeah, it's so weird because girls are so much into like height as well, and your what do you call it? Your horse? No, what's the English word?
Horoscope? Yeah, you're right. Astrology.
Astrology. There you go.
That's bullshit. No, that's bullshit. Mr.R spit some facts right now, bro. That shit is
okay.
Bull.
Okay.
Bull.
Spin.
I'm a Gemini, and we have like such a bad reputation.
Yeah. I don't even know what that shit means. Yeah. What does that even mean? Who even knows? It's like, oh, dude, the sun and the stars align, therefore I can't date you. I'm sorry.
Pretty much, yeah. And also, you're short. I'm like, I'm not short. I'm like 5'10". You know, it's like I thought I was above average, but I guess I'm short.
Oh my gosh.
So, don't tall guys have like a shorter life expectancy too?
Yeah, fuck you, tall
so
guys.
I'm just saying.
Like,
oh shit. Well,
exactly. We got the advantages, bro.
I'm just saying.
Know? No, just win the girls over with the humor. That's it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't even need the extra 6 inches on the top when you got like a little funny bone in you. You know.
Yeah. No,
exactly.
Right now. Yeah.
Exactly. Or you could just show up wearing a beanie. I think girls like that, right? Girls like beanies.
Girls like beanies. I've heard. I've heard.
You heard. Okay, that's why.
Hey, too. Listen, height. Who cares about that? You ever see Shrek? No one cuddled Shrek in that movie. Till the very end, until they saw him and he was a personality.
Because he was a fucking ogre.
No, it's because of the height. It's because of the height. It's just because of the height. It's just because of the height. It was just the height.
He's green.
It's fine.
He's gross.
It was the height. It was the height. It was the height.
Wait, why did you? Okay, wait, stop. You like transitioned from the beanie suit, and you were like, "This is why nobody cuddled with Shrek." Like out of nowhere.
Dude.
You thought about this before. This was
planned. People be loving Shrek too much. I'm starting the Shrek slander. I'm starting this now.
Shrek's fine.
That's risky, man.
That is. You're getting into some dicey territory, bro. The fan fiction people are gonna be after you. Yeah. That's not a community you want going after.
No, it's
K-pop stands and fan fiction. Those are the two.
Dude, K-pop stands scare me so much,
weird,
dude.
Bro. They're so weird. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Well, you know what I don't get?
I don't get that.
Yeah, bro. Like, okay, well, when someone will post something on Twitter and it like blows up, just a comment will be like a 10-second video of some K-pop stars singing, and I'm like, and it has like 1,000 likes and like 40 retweets, and I'm like, this makes no sense. Why are people like just liking it? It's just like it has nothing to do. I don't get it at all.
It's like someone got elected and they're like, stand this person, stand whoever, or like someone's dog died and they're like, doesn't care, didn't ask, stand this person, and you're like, okay, like,
God,
got his ass.
Twitter's a cesspool, bro. It's a cesspool.
that's a whole other podcast in itself.
Yeah.
We could just spend another hour slandering Twitter. But you better hope that when we do like the Content Cave recap tweet of this, when I tag both of you, that I don't mention the Shrek or K-pop slander.
Yeah.
Just in case we all get like doxxed because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll probably pick a different clip.
Yeah.
From the podcast, even though that was funny as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Funny, but
oh my gosh, it's so stupid. All right, and with that, fellas, we have reached the hour mark. Mr. R, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being on the program, sir. And also thank you for the we had a rescheduling issue, and now we're here, so thanks for coming on and thanks for putting up with the time. Drop your socials, let them know if they're not already.
What are you working on? Tell the people like where they can find you and stuff.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube. Let me just type it out in chat to make
the link tree. Get the link tree up, baby.
Okay.
Got the plug.
Oh, somebody already got it. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, Joven.
Oh, Joven.
Joven the clutch cop.
Point. Let's go.
So my YouTube is.
Get the YouTube. Get it up there.
Get the YouTube in there.
That's how we make the money.
Oh,
yeah.
Subscribe to my YouTube. Just King finessed you so hard. Dude, this guy was like, I'm gonna post my YouTube, and then King's Nightbot was just like,
Nightbot comes through, dude. I have some funny Nightbot stuff. Anyway.
I actually don't have like a clean YouTube link. I just realized. Hold on.
Do you not?
No worries. We can take the time.
Yeah, you got it.
You got the minute just to go find her. We're good.
Where is it? Let me see.
You can't end a Content Cave podcast without shameless promotion.
You can't share the content.
It's literally like it's like at this point like a must. So you have to do it.
There we go. Perfect.
Beautiful, Mr. R. Thank you very much for coming on. King and I. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. Me and King next week are going to be back. Same time per usual. This was a bit of a different one, just again, time zone and all that. But it will be 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PT, and we will see you guys then. So thanks for tuning in, fellas. See you guys next time.
Awesome. See you guys next time.